So last night, me and two of my friends that I was in jail with did a TikTok live, and we had quite a good discussion. We just sort of done it as a trial run, so I think we're going to be doing it like 3 nights a week at a set time. So I will let you guys know when we're doing it. I'll probably even do some YouTube live soon as well. But yeah, we got onto the discussion of racism, but not by like other people, but by officers. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, like we kind of got to the conclusion, like, is HMP Send racist? So we were trying to sort of work out, like, I did record it, but there's no sound to it, so I was well gutted, because this was going on for a good sort of hour and a half, obviously all different subjects, but we was like, there's probably a maximum of 5 black officers that work there. So it's like thinking, you know, is it because it's in a little village sort of thing, not village, sorry, but it's like country sort of thing, so, you know, and stuff like that. But then we was talking about how like prisoners were treated, and I will never forget, I just got to Send and I'd been there 2 days, and when I left Bronzefield, I had too many bags, so what you can do is have it sent on the next ship out, the rest of your stuff. So that's what I chose to do. And basically I was in the dinner hall on my second day, and this officer's come running over going, like, Fattore, and I'm like, yeah. So I'm thinking, oh god, what's wrong and stuff. And she was like, yeah, your stuff's come from Bronzefield, it's here in reception, I'll call you up in the next couple of days to get it sorted. So I was like, oh sweet, like that was well nice of her, do you know what I mean? She didn't have to do that. Anyway, behind me was a black girl, and literally as she's finished talking, these were her exact words: "Excuse me, miss." And the officers just turned her face around, screwed it up and gone, "What?" So I'm not even going to lie, because of the officer's reaction, I thought, I can understand if the girl was rude to her, like the prisoner, but my immediate reaction was, wow, like, is she racist? And this girl was quite new to the jail as well, because she was living on D wing. So D wing was where induction wing, so the girl couldn't have been there more than like 6 weeks. Normally 6 to 8 weeks you get moved, so it wasn't like she was an old prisoner and she was really bad and stuff like that. So yeah, so my first immediate reaction was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was racist. And then literally, like, we were trying to work out how many black officers work there. We counted like 4, so there's probably 5. And yes, shout out to Sasha and Nadine. Them two they were black officers, but they were literally like 2 of the best, because you never ever took the piss with them, because you kind of respected them. When you got them officers that you respect, you never pushed your luck, or you never wanted to like do things to like wind them up and stuff like that, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, there was never favoritism. You knew where you stood, and that was good in an officer. You know, there was some really strict officers that it was good, because you knew where you stood. Where you have these other officers, one day they want to be your best mate, the next day they want to screw you over. So there's inconsistency with most of them. So there were very, very few black officers, and E&F wing was a privileged wing, and there was a lot of black girls that were up on main block that were enhanced, which means you was a good prisoner. They could be doing their roles, which is working outside the jail, but none of them wanted to live on E&F, and that was kind of the rule, that you had to live on there. So everyone that went out to work went from the same section of the jail, which makes sense, that's fine, we get that rule. But there was another girl called Fran, but she was black, so I was white Fran, she was black Fran, and she lived down there and she hated it. This was before I moved on there. She said the officers were different down there, it was really cliquey and like bitchy and stuff, which it definitely was with the prisoners as well. So she moved back up to main block, she hated it. So like, people just wouldn't move down there. But we was talking about it last night, and like, this one officer, there was a black girl, and she used to gun for her like all the time. Like, she would creep down the landing to the association room just to try and catch her in her sliders, because if you got caught in like flip-flops or sliders, like, you'd get an IEP. And if you get like 2 of them or 3 of them, whatever it was definitely not more than 3. If you got 3 negative IEPs, you were kicked off the wing. And she would gun for her all the time, and I never ever saw her go for a white person like that. you know, and them little things. And then my friend Lee talking last night about how she was treated and things like that, and it's like, yeah, like shit, like you're in Bronzefield. It's a different area, you know, it's kind of London way, so you've got loads of black officers, some Asian, you know, white, whatever, and you don't feel any vibe at all of any form of racism in that jail at all from the officers. So yeah, we got into a really in-depth conversation. Like I said, I'm really gutted that there was no sound on it, because it would have been a really good watch. I'm going to try and figure that out, so if you guys aren't on TikTok and you missed the lives, you can have a little catch up. But yeah, that's bad and it's sad, because at the end of the day, you commit a crime, you go to jail, that's fine, you pay the price, but you shouldn't have to go to jail and then feel like by the officers, you know, they feel a type of way about you. It's bad enough being white and feeling a type of way, but then to know that they feel a type of way about you because you're black. Like, yeah, and I know for a fact there's so many girls in there will vouch for it. I know the jail will probably feel different, but you know what, like, I have to agree with it. I think there is definitely a section of officers in HMP Send that are racist. So yeah, I'll leave that one with you. I will do another chat with these girls. I'll even see if we can get this up on here, and then you can get their side and how they felt about it as well. So, because obviously being white, I wasn't on the receiving end of it, so it must actually cause like a bit of trauma as well. Like it's not nice, like, yeah, then to feel like they have the power over you, yeah, that's pretty shitty. But yeah, that's just a quick one anyway on what happened on TikTok Live last night. Again, I will put up some set times. We're going to do set days, set times, so if you're on TikTok, you guys can watch. If not, I'll try and sort the sound out and get it on here. Have a good day.